All right, crew, I'm going over today's relative strength training session. So we'll do our 5-minute warm-up, followed right into the 5-minute metabolic ignite. Again, the idea with that, breaking a sweat, getting our muscles warmed up, ready to lift some weights. And so for that metabolic ignite, we're gonna be doing air squats. So each of these is 10 reps, 10 per side high knees, and then we have 10 per side scissor kicks. So on those, you'll sit down, ideally palms are up, but if you have to, and we're just going 10 each way, scissor kicks. So 10 reps of each movement. We're just gonna repeat that for 5 minutes. When we get to the strength part, we're gonna do one movement at a time. So you'll be on that movement for 4 rounds before we switch to the next movement. So our first one is gonna be heels, elevated dumbbell squat. So nice comfortable stance, my whole foot's up here in the block. I have those weights up, and I'm ripping my knees out, and then I'm really squeezing my core on the way up. So we want real deep squats, or as deep as you safely can, with really good range of movement, and again, a heavy weight that really challenges you. So that'll be the first one. After that, we got our military press. So belly buttons pulled in, pressing straight up. You guys that have tight shoulders, it's okay if you have to press a little bit forward, but as you guys limber up, ideally straight up. Biggest thing on that, making sure you guys aren't overarching your back. So we want to keep that belly button pulled in while we're doing that press. Our next movement is going to be wall balls. So same thing. We want really good range of motion, nice deep squat. We're using that momentum on our way back up. So try to do those as fluid as you safely can. After that, we're doing our neutral grip row. So essentially, my palms just face each other. Again, because they're short working times, you guys can go pretty inverted. Good squeeze, no resting at the bottom. After those rows, we're gonna be doing our kettlebell RDL, or Romanian deadlift. So feet, pretty narrow stance, toes are straight, and essentially on this one, it's not a deadlift, but it's that hinge. I'm going to that spot where my hamstrings get tight, and if I go any farther than that, it's just my lumbar bending. So I'm just stopping at that point, pushing those hips back up. A good way to imagine that is somebody's got a rope tied to your hips and they're pulling your hips back as you go. And then last one after that's our slam balls. So accelerated on the way down, catching on that first bounce. Our finisher, Tabata style, 2 movements, 20 on, 10 off. You'll go back and forth. Or actually this one you'll do 4 runs that movement, and then you'll switch. So we have our banded deadlift. So you'll stand on your band, and these we'll do pretty fast, but just that banded deadlift. And then after that, it'll be our banded seated rows. So that band will be on your feet. Wider stance is gonna make it more difficult. A narrow stance easier. Back straight, just a good squeeze on each movement. All right, let's go get after it.